So Teen Vogue has become a communist publication. Now, you might think, well, that sounds kind of an extreme statement, but you just need to search on Teen Vogue for communism. They've got a tag, and they've got lots of articles under that tag. One of them was this one. As you can see, it's Karl Marx, but if you can scroll down to the...
I presume it's not articles describing the Holodomor situation in North Korea, the leap forward, none of that?
No, they're fluff pieces, like this one. Who is Karl Marx? Meet the anti-capitalist scholar.
An austere scholar.
Yeah, an austere communist scholar. And this is just an amazing fluff piece. This is written 2018, so they've been doing this for a while. And their social media is actually hilarious because it alternates between like, here's a piece of fashion advice, and also here's why we need the revolution. It's like, what? But anyway, I'll just read a couple of bits. You may have come across the communist memes on social media. The man, the meme, the legend behind this trend is Karl Marx, who developed the theory of communism, which advocates for workers' control over their labor instead of their bosses. Weird how the opposite has always happened under communism and no one's been in control of any of their labor and they've been sent to forced labor camps. Just really weird. The Communist Manifesto is most usually the work of Marx taught in schools, and he is one of the most assigned economists in US college classes. I don't think he's an economist at all. I think that's a really optimistic way of describing him. Anyway, so how can teens learn the legacy of Marx's ideas and how they're relevant to the current political climate? Teen Vogue chatted with two educators about how they apply these concepts to the current events in the classroom. Former Drexel University professor George Cicarillo-Maher uses Marx to teach history through an emotional, fluid and ever-changing lens. Do you remember him?
No.
He's the guy in Christmas 2019 who tweeted out, "All I want for Christmas is white genocide."
Oh. No, what a surprise. He's a Marxist.
Right. Yeah, what a shock. Yeah. And he's a former professor because he used to be teaching communism. But anyway, so this gives you an example of just how unbelievably far down the communist rabbit hole Teen Vogue is. And
they're quoting "All I want for Christmas is white genocide, man."
Yeah, saying how great Karl Marx was. I mean, what more do you need?
I mean, pro-genocide stuff as it goes.
As it goes, Teen Vogue has a surprising preference for it. Again, when I was a kid, Teen Vogue was just a magazine for girls. Like, it was just about fashion and makeup, as far as I remember. I mean, I never read it, but I saw people reading it in school and thought, that looks like for girls. Why would I care about that? And now I've got to talk about it because it's promoting communism.
Just everything. What is that law? Everything that isn't right-wing.
Conquest Second Law.
Yeah, everything that isn't explicitly right-wing becomes left-wing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect example. Anyway, so Teen Vogue decided they were going to hire a woman called, I assume a woman actually, I didn't check, Alexi, I'll just presume her, Alexi McCammond as editor-in-chief. And this was great because literally before she even started on her first day, after the announcement, a bunch of left-wing Twitter activists had gone through her Twitter history, found something they didn't like, and she's already cancelled.
Oh, that was fast.
Before her first day, right? So the publication announced that McCammon, 27, would be taking on the position, that she was slated to start next week, but on Thursday she issued a statement on Twitter indicating she wouldn't be assuming the role after all. "I became a journalist to help lift up the stories and voices of our most vulnerable communities." So yeah, not to report the truth. She became a journalist to uplift voices of vulnerable communities.
I became a journalist to be an activist.
Yes, to propagandize people. As a young woman of colour, that's part of the reason I was so excited to lead the Teen Vogue team in its next chapter. My past tweets have overshadowed the work I've done to highlight the people and issues I care about. Yeah, it makes it sound like she's like Mother Teresa or something, doesn't it? Like she spent a few decades out in some backwards country digging wells or something, and these tweets have overshadowed my past humanitarian work. It's like, bitch, you sit on your keyboard on Twitter and type articles about how the world is racist. Like, you've not done anything, you've not done a damn thing.
You've not helped anyone either.
Yeah, you've not helped anyone, yeah. But anyway, the tweets in question were written in 2011 when she was 17. So decade-old tweets have got her fired from a job she hadn't even started.
I do have to wonder, I mean, at what point does that stop? I mean, if because kids growing up today, let's say you're like 7 years old or something, and you've got Twitter. No, you write something. Can that be used to cancel you?
Why not?
Is there any limiting principle?
No.
Oh.
I mean, this
Brave New World, I wonder it.
She's 17 years old here. She hasn't even finished school.
Oh, boy.
It's just... Anyway, the tweets apparently included derogatory stereotypes about Asians and slurs against gay people. I can't remember what the gay people one was, but she said she I don't know, she went out drinking or something.
Okay,
Said, I hope I don't wake up with Asian eyes or something.
Like with every article about this, did they show those statements?
Not in this one.
That's what I mean. Every time there's an article about someone said something on Twitter 5 years ago, or someone said a meme, they never post it. No. Because they know the audience would look at it and go, well, that's not very important.
Well, none of this is very important. I just think it's hilarious.
But but it would make normal people calm down, but instead they have to lie to propagate the leftist cancelling.
Stereotypes about Asians and slurs against gay people. Well, that must have been bad.
I can't tell you.
Yeah,
too bad.
Too bad for you to know. Okay. The tweets resurfaced. I love that, as if the tweets just bobbed to the surface of the bath. No, like a bunch of Twitter activists went through her and searched, her name and particular slur, and they would have done this for dozens of different slurs until they found the ones that came up. But it prompted 20 staff members at Teen Vogue to post on social media and demand that Condé Nast, which is the parent company, address the situation. As more than 20 members of the staff of Teen Vogue, I mean, I can't believe Teen Vogue's got 20 members of staff. We've built our outlet's reputation as a voice for justice and change. Do you understand that you write for Teen Vogue? We take immense pride in our work and created an inclusive environment, which is why this woman of colour needs to be kicked out. That's why we've written a letter to the management at Condé Nast about the recent hire of Alexei McCammond as our new editor-in-chief in light of her past racist and homophobic tweets. Checkmate. We've heard we've heard the concerns of our readers, and we stand with you. Oh, that's right. You're actually defending someone else. These aren't even your concerns anymore. These are other people's concerns. In a moment of historically high anti-Asian violence, tie it in there. Where's that anti-Asian violence coming from? Well, that's a subject for another time. White supremacy, we're going to say. And amid the ongoing struggles of the LGBT community, which will never end, we as the staff of Teen Vogue fully reject those sentiments. Stunning and brave. They are against racist and homophobic tweets.
I think racism is bad. Give me the medals.
Yes, pin them to my chest right here. We hope that an internal conversation will prove fruitful in maintaining the integrity granted to us by our audience. Yes, amazing. McCammond, of course, apologised for this on the 10th. That was on the 8th. On the 10th, she says, I'm sorry for my past racist and homophobic tweets. There is no excuse for perpetuating those awful stereotypes in any way.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Should have just doubled down.
Well, it didn't get her a job back. So
yeah, so there's no point to that.
Double down. No, they do have slanty eyes.
But that's the thing. It's just like the whole experience of online discourse is apologizing never works.
No, there's no point.
Anything. So.
I'm so sorry to have used such hurtful and inexcusable language, she added. But nice try, though, to be honest, because begging for mercy won't save you now. Despite the apology, Ulta Beauty, which is a beauty company, paused its advertising deal, which was reportedly worth 7 figures. So her decade-old tweet, through the lens of wokeness, cost Teen Vogue millions of dollars in advertising.
I don't buy this. I bet the beauty company was just like, well, we're not making many sales, let's cut the advertising budget. Mm-hmm. Oh, someone said something racist, we'll use that as the justification.
Well, I don't know.
To tie it into their Marxist worldview. I bet they are actively inclined in that way, but I do wonder whether or not it's cover.
Well, I mean, why would it be, though? Because, I mean, if you're a beauty company, you're going to want to advertise in places like Teen Vogue until you realise they become Bolshevik training centres.
I suppose I should say, are they spending that money somewhere else?
Well, I don't know. No. We haven't got that information yet. But the point is, literally, they suspended an advertising deal for millions of dollars because of her old tweet. That's how stupid this all is, right? In an email to staff obtained by the Huffington Post, Stan Duncan, the chief people officer at Condé Nast, said that he and their chief diversity and inclusion officer were committed to becoming a more equitable and inclusive organisation.
The High Priestess has said something.
Yeah, but it makes it sound like Teen Vogue was a very unequal and exclusive organisation right up until this point. It's fair to say that Alexei McCammond's appointment with Teen Vogue brought many difficult and important conversations to the forefront over the last few weeks. I want to be fully transparent with you about our decision-making process regarding her appointment. Well, you're calling her a racist and a homophobe.
Which you were about to hire.
Yeah, which you were about to hire for some reason. And now you're not. Just really makes you think, doesn't it? But he went on to say that they agreed it was best to part ways as not to overshadow the important work happening at Teen Vogue. Imagine thinking that important work happens at Teen Vogue.
Oh, boy. Well, I suppose bringing the revolution is important to revolutionaries.
Yeah. But the revolution isn't done eating its own, because it turns out that one of these staffers who was complaining about Alexei McCammond's racist tweets has racist tweets of her own.
Oh, join the club.
Yeah. So this is a Christine Davitt, the senior social media manager at Condé Nast Mag. Earlier this month made public the letter complaining of it, and she tweeted, "I'm so proud of my Teen Vogue colleagues. The work continues." And then just hours after McCammond announced her resignation, Davitt wrote on Twitter, she's very happy about this, and yet Davitt, who calls herself, quote, a queer, fat Filipinx femme in Brooklyn,
calls herself genetic dead end,
and obviously sane, has still had posts up of her own in which she repeatedly dropped the N-word. She at least twice referred to a friend who appears to be white as an N-word in 2009, and also in a joke tweet. And she herself is of Irish and Filipino descent, so she's not got an N-word pass.
Should have purchased one.
Should have purchased one.
It's only $5 a pop. I don't know why. But I love how she's done the cheapo one there as well. The doesn't end in an R, ends in an A.
Ends in an A because she's not black enough.
Yeah.
But
that's
anyway,
actually worse than the person she's denouncing.
Yeah, but way worse. But the irony, though, is that in 2019, she'd published an article titled, "Stop using the N-word if you're not black."
A letter to myself.
Yeah. A letter to my former self on Twitter. Shut up. So I went to have a look at her Twitter feed to see what it was like, and her tweets are protected.
Oh, boy. God, she actually sort of, what is it, pop culture enthusiast and fat queer femme, she, her.
I mean, that sounds like an insult. If I was like, "Look, you fat queer," like you'd be like, "Oi, that's out of line." But she's like, "No, I am a fat queer." Okay, well then.
I really like the idea of using the pronouns as an insult, though.
Yeah.
Just, okay, she, her.
But what I like is that Tariq Nasheed is on progressive patrol, and I'm living for it. I'm actually living for it. Teen Vogue got rid of a black female staffer for saying the word Asian in small tweets, and the white media boosted that story. But Teen Vogue still employs a white Asian staffer named Christine Davitt, who tweeted anti-black epithets, and now the white media is radio silent. Get him, Tariq! Get him! Finish them! I'm liking Tariq Nasheed. He's getting more and more bass as time goes by.
I love the contradictory nature of the phrase white N. What?
I didn't even coin it. She coins white
much
N-words.
older.
2010, man. She's way ahead of the curve.
Well, all credit to the fat queer, she, her.
So yeah, it's fun watching the revolution eat its own. And
Oh, man. Couldn't happen to a better outlet.
no,
Or a better group of waste of space.
the important work that they're doing will have to be on pause for a moment. Again, they seem to forget that they're working for Teen Vogue. Like this, it wasn't an outlet that I had much thought about credibility with. It wasn't. I didn't associate
Haven't
it.
they been falling down this rabbit hole for a while, though?
Oh yeah,
Like, I think you've done videos about this where
Yeah.
you've, like, referenced the fact that they've done,
yeah.
other puff pieces.
Oh, loads. They've got loads and loads of like just pro-communist, pro-woke just articles saying, here's how you can become a fashionable communist revolutionary in 6 easy steps. 1, do your hammer and sickle makeup in this particular way and stuff like this.
10 times. Communism totally worked, we swear.
No, they've not got one of those. they don't ever mention the failures of communism. If you enjoyed this segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can watch the full broadcast live every weekday at 1 p.m. UK time on lotuseaters.com.